We're going now, yeah?
I mean, the sirens do make for an interesting beginning.
They're coming for you.
Yep,
we'll call it Busted. It'll be Busted. It's about seeing people get arrested through their webcams.
What is this?
Excuse me?
It's gonna be like Cops, but it'll be a new version that's virtual. It's gonna be called Busted, and we'll just have it through like phones and webcams.
There's stuff on, like, YouTube called, like, Twitch Fails or something, and there's some horrible shit. There's people getting, like, raided. There's people who were streaming when their house caught on fire. There's people who, like, get broken up with, or, like, it's just horrible shit. This is what Joey thinks this is entertainment. Joey
No, I'm not saying it's entertainment.
Listen to him.
Is tragedy funny?
Right now. He's blushing.
You enjoy
it's a chance
tragedy?
to capitalize on the market.
Oh my god.
I saw some poor guy who was playing fucking RuneScape clicking away, and then just fucking the chat started noticing a fire behind him. And they were like,
oh my
and then
god.
he tried putting it out with, oh my god, it was awful.
Katie, it was you I was talking to, and had a stalker show up at his house while he was streaming.
He did.
Who's that and what?
He's like a famous YouTuber, and he just started streaming, and it's like his first or second stream, I think. And he's like, "Oh, hold on, my stalker's outside," and this lady has been stalking him, and it was on camera. Like his security guard came into camera and was like, "Hi, it's okay. He's on the phone with the police."
What?
Yeah, and so basically, this lady had a dream that she was just supposed to find him, and since he's a YouTube star, it was very easy to find him. And he gets back into the camera, and apparently the police officer is just like, you need to like change your name on social media, like you need to change your identity. And he goes, I don't think you understand how difficult that's going to be. And she goes, you just change your name, it's not that big of a deal. And he's like, I'm famous on YouTube, I can change my name all I want. But they're still gonna find me.
Oh man, change his name to just
right.
Oh shit, dude, where did he
I can't find him now.
Oh shit.
Does he spell it DOUGH like a brick of dough?
No.
Okay, it's just D-O.
No.
Because I was wondering that.
Like a Tillsbury dough brick.
That was a good one,
I just
Joey.
pictured like a hefty loaf of dough rising. Sorry, I have like pastries and stuff on my mind. Bakery food.
I've never made dough myself.
Me either.
I eat so much of it though.
I've made it. I just don't remember how. I was more so following instruction.
You've made dough before though?
Yeah, my mom would have me make it, but
Well, how old were you when you made your first dough?
I don't know. I used to like cook food for my family when I was little because I wanted to be a chef.
Yeah, Joey used to make a little Italian sausage bread.
No, it was always baked salmon. Oh yes, I love sausage bread though. You use dough for. It's like wrapping up a whole pizza, like a sausage pizza, into just a loaf of bread. It's amazing. And you cut into it. Oh my god, I like keeping it nice and simplistic.
He's like so animated.
The visuals, you guys can't see it, but his visuals are great.
They're amazing.
Joey's made it for us for like a potluck, and it was so stringy. The cheese, it was just like cheesy bread with meat in it. It was fucking amazing.
It's simple. It's
sounds
beautiful.
so
It's you could make it decadent looking, and you could present it anywhere.
Please, can we go around the room and tell me who you are and what coffee you order at a cafe?
Such a basic bitch about this.
I know all the drinks. I hate to say. Okay, I'm Chris. I hate to say I've been drinking so many like iced mochas and stuff. Nitro cold brew with like mocha drizzled in it with oat milk. It's nice shaking it up.
Is that embarrassing?
Joey?
You hate to say it?
Hi, I'm Joey. I'm kind of with Chris on this. You know, if it's the early morning
Joey,
and I'm
come on,
awake-
there's a line, Joey.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, jeez. I like it black, just a black, nice cup of coffee in the morning, or some nice cold brew.
Boring.
Right, next. Ari, there's like 5 people behind you. Come on.
5? That's it? That's a baby line. Come on now.
A baby line.
Let's see. I'm Ari, and it depends on the season, and that's how you know I'm a basic bitch.
Okay, it's fall right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm totally about those pumpkin spice
Pumpkin
lattes.
spice.
Oh,
Oh man.
we just got pumpkin
Pumpkin
spice
spice
because
hot
somebody
chocolate.
passed it.
Oh.
All right, next.
My name is Katie, and I really like the white chocolate mochas, the double chocolate chip frappuccinos, and the iced caramel macchiatos.
Frappuccino is a Starbucks invention.
Wow. You're like,
What?
Frappuccino is a Starbucks invention.
Yeah.
is it?
They're good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like those. And I like almond milk because it...
Hey, good on them. They do Starbucks scientists right there. They're making up new things. People people seem to like them.
Man.
So,
it's getting hot in here.
I just did a playthrough that's slowly coming out now of one of my favorite games, Lost in Vivo with Ari and Katie. And it's been simmering
Whoa.
for a couple, what was it, 2 weeks ago that we did this?
It was I think it was
over
like a month
that.
ago.
Yeah, it's probably like
Really?
a month ago
Oh
now.
my
It's been a while.
Yeah.
We don't do these very often. What did you guys think? What did you guys like about it?
What I like about it, I liked that you do, spoilers for anybody who hasn't played it, you do get your dog back, or you can get your
This is
dog back, but apparently there's an option that you can't. And Chris made me so sad when he told me that was it, the game was over, when I flushed my dog down. And I was so sad, and I was really angry.
Oh, that was so funny that whole thing, the who played win, was based off of a dice roll, and of course, Katie losing the dog was
I
her dice
know.
roll. It's like, of
Any-
all
Yo.
people.
Like, literally any time there was anything that had to do with, like, actually finding your dog or having a clue to your dog and, like, where your dog is, it was always me. It was always
Katie's
me.
turn.
Every single,
Yeah.
like, didn't matter. It was always me. And Chris is like, oh, yeah, I did it based off of, like, a dice roll and blah, blah. Fuck you.
Yeah, check it out. I have the notes.
Oh my gosh.
Of
That
when
cracked me
good
up.
switching points would be, because I just did a playthrough right before with my friend DJ, and I was just like going through like on fast forward, like, and thinking like where good switching points would be. I think it worked out really well. I love that
God,
playthrough.
that was fun.
hmm
It's a good one.
Me and Joey were playing some Resident Evil 2.
Oh, man. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were streaming that.
I'm so happy with that remake.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did you guys play the original or did you play the remake?
Played the original first, but I haven't touched the remakes other than 2 yet.
I like to check out, since I just like old games, I like to check out the old thing before I even touch a remake. Like, I haven't played Resident Evil 3 ever, and I probably, if I end up getting that, I'm not really like looking forward to playing it. Nothing's really like making me want to.
Well, there's the lead up for 4.
Yeah, I'm so iffy about the remake of 4 because that is just one of my most played games ever, and I approach things that sound exciting to me with no faith that it's going to be good. So that way, if it is good, I'm pleasantly surprised, but I'm never let down if it's bad, because the original 4 is such a good, solid game. I have no faith in the remake, but I guess we'll see.
That's a good way to approach it. At the same time, though, you know, they took the time to rebuild all of them all the way up to this point, so I imagine, like, even if the story sucked on, I think it was 3, you know, the lead-up and the gameplay for that's probably gonna compensate for it, at least now.
I hope. Like, yeah, if you have no expectations, you can't be let down. But Resident Evil 4 specifically, Resident Evil 4 and Skyrim always come out on, like, every single console. They're literally there to
my.
print money.
Did they come out at the same time?
No,
No.
God no.
They're just like that thing on
Resident Evil
each thing.
4 was a GameCube game.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Resident Evil 5 and Skyrim were within a certain amount of time apart, but they were closest.
Yeah, at the time of recording, the PS5 like just came out. I think like
Yesterday?
like a few days ago, literally, like sometime within the past 7 days. And I guarantee that game's gonna have Resident Evil 4 and Skyrim on it.
Oh,
I
sure.
believe it.
yeah.
They're on the Quest and everything too right now.
The what?
Well, I mean, at least Skyrim is. It's like in like VR and everything now too.
Yeah, on the Switch, everything. They are making the new game, but it's just, I'm over Skyrim.
Yeah,
I
right?
know. I wish they would remaster like 4 or something.
Okay, wait.
That would be cool.
Yes.
It would be
Yeah, 'cause
great if
it-
they gave it even the Skyrim or the Fallout build.
Me, Joey, and Charles were actually supposed to do a playthrough of Oblivion that never panned out. But
God,
we
that's
were
such a
supposed to
good
be
game.
Shit-faced
It's like my
with,
favorite game.
I
with our
loved
friend
Oblivion.
Charles.
It's probably my most played game that I've ever owned.
Really?
Yes, that was like my entire that was 8th grade to 12th grade for a very long time.
I knew you
my
during
God.
those times. Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
That was me, long hair Joey, just giving a shit about fucking
black clothing and
Oh, I thought you were done talking.
other trills.
Just giving a shit about fucking.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we're just talking about Skyrim, but can we talk about how me and Ari the other day were watching this woman called WoW Grandma on Twitch?
I love
Grandma.
her.
Oh, I've heard of her.
Oh
actually.
my god, she's
I
so
love her.
sweet. She's so kind. Well, so she plays WoW, but she was playing Phasmophobia the other day on Twitch, and I was like, oh my god, this woman's gonna get
Wow,
scared.
Grandma
She's
is playing
70.
Phasmophobia.
Yes.
She's
That's also a
78.
VR game.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah, it can be
Okay.
a VR game. But
Yeah.
she's
Oh,
78.
yes.
And I was like, this woman is going to get scared and have a heart attack. And do you know that it was so incredible? Me and Ari were like, oh my God, no. When all of a sudden the lights would flicker in Phasmophobia, which means, okay, the ghost is coming or it's near and whatnot. And the poor grandma's like, ah. And I was like, oh no.
We were afraid she's going to have a heart attack on stream. But instead,
God.
I know, I was worried,
Twitch
dude.
fail.
But like, she was so sassy.
So is she usually plays like WoW, like World of
Yeah.
Warcraft? Okay, because
She
when I
said she's
first
been
heard it,
playing-
I just thought it was a
I'm gonna look it up.
channel where an old woman was going WoW to like just random
Wow.
objects. I don't know
Just
why.
watching, like,
that's where my
impressive
mind
things.
immediately went.
I think she said 2004.
Yeah, and she's been gaming since 1998.
Oh my
Really?
God.
Some of my friends, I'll talk to them during quarantine, or I'll talk to members of my family. Like let's take my grandma for example. Whenever I call her on the phone and I talk to her, I'm like, oh, what have you been up to? Like, I know she's working from home, but like she just watches like TV, and like I have like Steam, I have like my gaming PC and everything. Like I'm doing something, I'm playing something, or I'm editing something, I'm
Right.
learning piano. How do you just like watch TV? Like
I
you know?
don't know.
I
I,
don't
have
get
to be
it
doing like
either.
12 things at once. I
Or a
cannot just
hobby
sit
or
and watch
something.
TV.
Well, that's all they
and-
had in her generation. They only had like the TV.
and newspaper and stuff.
There are other things you could
like,
do.
My coworkers and my boss will talk to each other, and they'll be like, "Oh, I just watched this show on Netflix called Octopus Teacher, and it's about like this octopus that visits the same place every day." And I'm just like, okay.
Oh.
I mean, Tiger King was a hit. I
Octopus
mean,
You have to
Teacher.
watch this show. It's about cats that do this and that. Like, okay. Like, whenever I do watch TV, though, I have to have, like, a snack. Or else, like, I
have to
have
be,
to
like,
doing
doing
something with my
something.
hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have to either be trying to fall asleep or, like, eating. Is that with you guys, too?
Yep.
Yeah.
no,
No, same.
not. It depends on how I'm watching it. I'm either like actively watching something, or I'm just like I have it on in the background.
See, I thought it was funny with WoW Grandma because, okay, why do we think that a grandma playing video games is so cool? Because how often do you see grandmothers playing like games that we play?
That's a
you
good
don't.
point.
You know,
It's
you
interesting
don't.
to see somebody from a different, like,
Completely different generation. Yeah.
Right.
doing things that we're doing. I think that's a little fun. I think that's a
Right.
little, it's a little crazy. It's a little out of order.
What I find so interesting
open.
about it though is that like right now we're like, oh my God, this like 78-year-old woman is playing like WoW. She's playing video games. Like she's playing games that like the hip kids are playing or whatever. But like I feel like our generation is still gonna
Katie's
be
a spy. No one our age says hip. Did you hear that? Katie said hip. Jen.
Are you a spy?
Shit, sorry,
Automatically
my-
the
He's like an
FBI.
undercover
My
cop.
human-
Yeah.
my human suit is unfolding
Sorry, I
as
could
we
not let
speak.
that
I can
slide.
see your reptile eyes.
God. I remember going through the pack schedule and it was like that the Sunday it was like, oh yeah, a panel of WoW or not WoW grandmas, but grandmas who play video games. I'm like, grandmas? Like plural
Multiple.
grandmas who play
Whoa.
video games.
Now that's
There's
These
so
are
really
people
many.
who have fucked, who have had children, who have raised and kicked out.
and they raid.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they raid.
You
These
fucking
are people
party.
who have had people crawl out of them, and they're gaming now.
Crawl out of
Just
them.
soak that in.
This just
It's time
in.
to pick
Humans
up the
crawl
controller.
out of you.
If giving birth was effortless, do you think more people would do it?
Yes. In today's
Right?
day and age,
I think so, yeah.
because people are like
Probably.
that shit. From what I hear,
Sounds scary. I'm like,
Well, I mean, when you say people crawl out of you, yeah, that sounds kind of scary.
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
crawl,
Anything
they
crawling out of
bust.
me.
They bust out of you.
oh god.
That's worse. That makes me think of the Kool-Aid Man, and that's just too much, man.
Yeah, there's a thin
Literally
layer
never
of
talk
membrane
again.
that a baby just uses its talons and
I'm shriveling. Oh my god.
and cool it. Uses a long fingernail to burst it and then crawls forth like a Kool-Aid man, like something akin to a Kool-Aid man.
What are you
creature.
saying right now? What? Was that a bit?
I'm on a new medication.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's the excuse for everything.
I heard a long fingernail and my mind went, I was with you.
It was. I'm on a new medication.
I've played Bloodborne, so I kind of know what you're talking about, so yeah.
Bloodborne news, it's still 30 FPS. It's coming to PS5 and it's still 30 FPS.
30 FPS on PS5.
What? Why don't they just
That
make
is
the new
shame.
one now, please, with the PS5?
I don't know how to feel about that. Oh my god.
What?
People
Bloodborne?
are liking the Demon Souls remake.
Oh, that's
I
gonna
thought Aaron
be
was playing
great.
that the other day.
Really? Lucky boy.
It's
Can
out
we
now,
talk
yeah?
about the PS5 though? Because that looks like a monstrosity.
Why is it so
It
big?
looks awful. I don't like the design
It
at
looks
all.
awful.
But I hear that the loading times are like nothing. Like 5 seconds.
Oh, really? Dang.
Yeah, like Shannon was telling me how everything that he had on his PS4, like within minutes, he had everything back. And most of the games, I think like the first 100 games or whatever, are all getting PS5 ports.
Does anyone like the way the PS5 looks? Like, I
No.
feel like they could. I love the way the PS4 looks. It's just a box. It's
Yeah.
black. It fits in with everything.
I like
and
the
it's very
controllers,
slick.
but
Yeah, the controllers.
Right? I heard cool things about the controllers and like.
Has
you can
anyone held
feel,
one?
weighted,
like-
sensitive triggers.
Yeah. Well, they did this like video that you can the way the vibration works is you can feel like raindrops and you can feel like
Whoa.
if it's
What?
windy in a video game, you can feel that as well, which I thought was cool.
Different levels of sensitivity.
Controller simulates wind.
How?
It's
How
like
do you feel if it's
like multiple different vibrations, I think.
Right. So like if it like rain, instead of the whole controller vibrating, it'll vibrate in certain spots to simulate rain.
Oh, I was gonna say, do your hands just sweat? Is that just the sweat from your
Oh my
hands?
God.
The
That's
controller. No, you know what it actually looks like? I shared this thing on Facebook where it literally looks like those really tall fans, like that go like back and
Yes.
forth.
Yes.
Like that's what
Yeah.
it looks like. I was like, oh my gosh. It's just not
That's
aesthetically
exactly what it looks
pleasing.
like.
It's not the
No.
best aesthetically, but I hear the performance is pretty good. I've heard talk that the Xbox is gonna have some good gear. I don't know. I want to get a PS5 maybe, but I also want a
I
computer.
have 0% interest in an Xbox.
Okay, why did
I don't want an Xbox.
there's like I saw on Twitter Xbox was like, I cannot believe we have to talk about vaping.
Oh yeah.
What is that about?
Wait, what?
What? What do you
Because
mean?
I think if you blow vape smoke into it, it like blows vape smoke out of it.
Why?
It blows it back
People-
at you.
Okay, but why are people doing that? What?
Because it's cool.
Just human beings.
People want to.
will
I mean, a
never
lot of people smoke
understand.
vapes.
Somebody retweeted, like replied at it and just said "fuck you," and I got a notification on my phone about it. It was like it was someone verified. I have no idea who they were.
That
Oh,
is
they
so
had the blue
weird.
check mark. Blue check mark.
So somebody came into my store and ordered an iced tea,
Okay.
just a black unsweetened iced tea
Ew.
with a splash of whole milk in it.
Get out of here.
Like
Get out of
like
here.
an inch
Go.
of whole milk. And then 2 days later, he came back and ordered it again.
Maybe he's British. You know, maybe they like.
He's not.
Right.
He's just
He's not.
he's just a balding white guy.
Balding
in a suit.
white guy.
He's not.
He's not. No, I can understand.
No hesitation after.
I can understand.
He's
You
not.
have a cup of hot tea and you put a splash of cream in it. It makes it creamy. It makes it good. It's a good choice.
Cream.
But cold iced tea with like an inch of whole milk in it.
Have you ever had like Thai iced tea?
Right, I was gonna say
Yes,
that sounds
yes.
like
I was
good.
thinking
That's
of
like-
milk teas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but those usually have sugar in them,
I don't know.
They?
I've never
think so.
tried it, and I
So,
it
yeah, I
just
guess
sounds
so.
so unappetizing.
Yeah,
The
it's 'cause
Thai
he
tea
had
that
an
I've had
unsweetened.
always has. Yeah, it's the unsweetened. That sounds so weird because most Thai teas I've had are sweetened.
Yeah, Thai iced tea is fucking great.
Maybe he just can't have sugar.
He likes his tea with milk.
I don't know. No, it's like fucking Lipton.
Nope.
Lipton tea.
Nope, you
Nah.
lost me now.
Yeah, that's gross.
You
I'm
lost me
gone
now.
now.
Lipton tea.
Where's
I'm
the
done.
spice?
This is
Maybe a
how we
little
make it.
pepper.
We take
I don't know.
we take these huge Lipton tea bags, hot, in a big jug, and then we put ice in it. It's iced tea.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of this process, and then it's just iced tea with whole milk.
And he
in it.
just willingly put whole milk in it?
Wait, I'm
He's trying
sorry.
to get
I should try it before I talk shit.
The visual
Try it. Let
of
us know.
Ari right now is just hand on her cheek, like, and so he just does this. Like, this is what he does.
just does this?
He
His
just
calcium
he just
intake
does.
is
he
too
just
low.
asks for this because he likes
Sounds
it.
disgusting.
No,
He's
sorry.
trying to
It's the-
burst it. I'm sure.
It's the
He's
Lipton
seeing
tea
hollow
in the
teeth.
whole milk. Oh my, that's one of my favorite videos is that guy and he's like, why are you drinking milk? You don't even put anything in it.
Ooh, people do that. Like, grown adults drink milk straight.
I
Whole
don't
milk,
like that. I don't
2%.
even drink milk.
I don't do that. Yeah. I
Why?
try to avoid milk when I
Almond milk.
can.
Oat
I
milk.
doesn't say. I haven't had milk since I was a kid.
If
Pea
you
milk.
think about milk, the process behind milk, it's nasty.
It is.
Yeah.
It nasties me out. Which reminded me of probably the grossest drink I've ever made for a human being. These fucking tourists came in with Hawaiian shirts and everything on a cruise ship. And
Just picture.
they bumble in
the
my
lunch
store and they go, I want this. And there's a fucking line at the door and they do this. They want a triple cherry. So it's espresso, cherry flavoring, iced latte. So there's ice. And then instead of milk, which an iced latte is espresso, milk, and ice. That's an iced latte. But instead of milk, they wanted heavy cream, which is so thick. And they wanted 20 ounces.
Oh my.
Oh, wow.
20 ounces?
Tw-
No.
So what are you drinking? 15 ounces of fucking heavy cream? You fucking monster! Go back on a cruise
Oh,
ship.
that makes me
my
feel
God.
sick to my stomach. That's
It
so
was
nasty.
awful, and
That's
it's
so
just
nasty.
cherry. Ugh.
Cherry,
That is the
cherry
nastiest.
cream. Ew.
Oh,
That is the nastiest.
Oh,
drink I've ever
God.
made,
I feel like I
being a
need, like-
barista.
bread to coat my stomach now after that.
What's the nastiest things you guys ever drank?
So I thought of one. Okay, so. Never mind. I got.
Where's he going? Where's he going?
I thought about it.
Joey just walked
Did
off
you actually have to
camera.
pee?
I do, but I'm holding it. But that's all right because it.
We
it
can take
puts-
a break.
No,
dude.
no, no, no.
Go
It puts
pee.
me on the edge.
I hate that
I'm
that's
here.
what puts you on the edge. I don't like that.
It puts him on the
I
edge.
don't like.
I'm on the edge. I'm here.
I
I'm
can't
involved.
wait.
The feeling that I'm about to
The
burst.
feeling I
involved.
might
Just
get a UTI excites me.
It does. It does.
Just holding it in.
Does.
I'm walking in the middle
no,
of the
no,
street
no.
at 2 a.m, but I'm in Glendale. I'm pushing it just a little bit, but not enough. I'm okay.
And then what happens?
And then I go home because my neighborhood's pretty safe, but not the safest, but pretty safe. Gotta keep it interesting.
So you
I'm
got to
out
be the guy walking around your pretty safe neighborhood,
Needing to pee
holding
really bad.
in your piss so bad
I'm
that
not
at
gonna
any
lie,
moment
I've
he may
peed
just
here.
pee anywhere. We don't know.
I
may
have
pee.
peered here a lot of times, like
Is that a
random
threat or a
places.
promise?
Los Angeles is littered with pee, no matter where you go.
Yeah, I heard that sidewalks in Los Angeles, no matter what, it at least has some DNA of piss on it.
Probably.
I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
Sure.
homeless, and then there's a lot of people, if you're in the more, like, touristy areas, where people are just trashed, and they're like, I'm gonna pee here.
I heard.
Oh, yep.
I heard people
and that's
were
what
doing
most of it is.
like YouTube TikTok challenges where they were licking the sidewalk,
Ew,
and
ew,
someone
ew,
got
Ew.
and someone got herpes.
I believe that.
I'm
I
sorry,
believe
but
that.
that's karma, dude.
What?
What are you doing licking a
Yeah,
sidewalk?
Do you remember the Corona challenge
No,
where people were licking
yeah.
airport toilets?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Dude, so many people died from this fucking shit, and you're gonna do that? Like, what?
The challenges right now are so weird. Ugh. Remember when challenges where you put a whole spoonful of cinnamon in your mouth?
Right?
That was
Yeah.
a challenge. Now they're licking toilet seats.
That was Pan Olympics.
Gross.
I did the ice bear challenge.
Injecting
once.
a Tide Pod into my urethra.
Oh my god, I hate when you say things.
I have two stories from when Joey came to visit.
Oh,
Oh yes,
The
do
first
tell.
one was Joey came up to Washington to visit me from California, and we were really excited to visit some places and stuff, but mostly we wanted to go visit the filming sets from Twin Peaks and stuff like that. So we went to Snoqualmie, which is where the Black Lodge, the exterior for the Great Northern was filmed, and so embarrassing. On our way there, we're like a half hour away. We're in the car, and like it was a whole thing. And I just started having like anxiety because I left I left my contact juggling ball on my bed.
Oh my god.
Like a fushigi, who knows what that is? The proper term is a contact juggling ball. So it's a clear acrylic ball, but I'm sitting in the back seat of fucking Joey's like car and just thinking like, oh fuck, dude, I left that right in direct like eyesight of my window. It's gonna form a magnifying glass, light my bed on fire, and I'm gonna have no home now. Like, I'm just thinking this stuff in my house, and Joey's in the car in my head, and Joey's just like, dude, that's not gonna happen, like, calm down. But it's like a beautiful sunny day, and I left my window open. My fushigi is sitting on my fucking bed. We're just thinking the worst. So we're like 40 minutes away from my place, like, you know, like, and here we are at this fun place, and we're trying to have fun. And I'm just like, I keep every like 10 minutes on the dot, I keep thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna have a house to go back to. Like, my fushigi is gonna make me and like 30 other people
homeless. Were you
homeless.
like checking like the news to see like local house fire or local apartment fire?
I was looking at my apartment.
You were that
I would do
looking
the
up
same thing,
news on the Google tab because I was fucking
local
anxious
apartment
about it.
complex
And
on fire.
you were
That was all
worried.
bad.
This was a couple months after fucking Diana's house burned down.
We could have turned back.
I was a wreck, dude.
You had this look of
local man
doom.
left fushigi in the sun. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, and I looked at Joey and Emily.
He was in constant terror the entirety of the time
shit.
we were in Twin Peaks.
Shit.
Okay, but when you came back home and you saw that your apartment complex was not up in flames, you didn't ruin lives, you didn't kill anyone. Was it hot?
No, I threw my fushigi in a cardboard box over there.
Oh, we'll just set
He's
the
a
cardboard box
minimalist,
on fire
you
and
know.
then
Yeah, no worries.
You know, no little extra layer.
The chances are slim, but if you think about it, it's a
zero.
magnifying glass. It's a magnifying glass, pretty much.
Yeah.
As a
and
ball.
it's just sitting in a blanket, like in direct sunlight. And you think like, oh, you know how powerful the fucking sun is? Like, have you ever burned anything with a magnifying glass ever?
No, because you know who does that? Psychopaths take a magnifying glass to things and do that.
I used to write
I
stuff on
feel like
pieces
that's
of
for
wood.
people who burn ants with them. If you
No,
burn
no,
a piece
not
of
ants.
paper, I don't think that qualifies you as a psychopath.
Okay.
Now,
I
what
used
if
to-
you
I used to
drink?
write things on a piece of wood. But anyway, it
Wait, what?
happens. I used to write things
Yeah, you like talking
on
about ants today.
a piece of wood. I'm not talking about ants, dude.
Wait, no, we're talking about ants for a minute because can we talk about apparently people can smell ants?
I think that's so weird. But
What?
People can do
You can
that.
People
smell
can what?
ants?
People
They
can
can
smell
smell ants.
ants. This is a thing, and this has been a thing for
What
forever.
kind of ant? A carpenter ant or one of the little
What do they
flaming
smell
red
like?
hots?
People
So, yeah, my friend posted on Facebook too that she can actually smell them, and I had to look it up because I did not believe her. But some apparently they smell like lemon, but a specific kind of ant, I don't know which one, smells like blue cheese, and I'm
Ew.
very
Oh.
thankful I cannot smell ants because
See-
that sounds disgusting.
Is that the thing where people say cilantro tastes like soap? Because I can
Oh,
actually
I
I mean, I've
taste.
never
Right.
eaten an ant,
If
so
I think about it while I eat cilantro, I can taste the soap. But
Get out of
think-
here.
I think you're right. I think it is cilantro.
other people
Soap?
can't have
No cilantro.
cilantro in their dish without tasting soap.
But like I've also heard people say that ants smell sweet and that if you have a bunch of ants, you can smell them, but then some people can't smell the actual ants, but they smell the food that they collect when it's in a group. And I'm like,
Like if I
What?
smell a colony
Wouldn't
of
that be
ants.
garbage?
I wish I had ants.
Or
so I
like
could-
a collection of
Look.
sorts?
I'm so intrigued.
Let's watch A Bug's Life and find out.
see, because when I first saw that, I saw that like in a Facebook group, and my first like reaction, what went through my head is the imagery of like somebody like took an ant or like a couple of ants and put them on like your finger and went and like sucked in the ants like with their
What?
in your nose, and that's just just
So
what I
you're saying
imagined.
is these people did a line of ants off their finger.
I
Yeah.
want you to picture Katie sleeping in her bed, like sleeping nicely in her sweet little bed, and she's got her sweet little head on her sweet little pillow, and like
Thank
10
you.
ants are in a line crawling up her nostril,
Ooh.
living in her sinus, her
Yeah.
squishy, malleable
no.
sinus. Katie's face.
Katie,
I
Katie,
don't
why
like
won't you
that.
wake up, Katie?
Hey, why don't you wake
they
up? There's
crawled,
10 ants on your
they
sinus.
crawled
There's
to
10
my
ants.
brain and ate my
Sinuses.
brain.
Katie, wake up.
Katie.
Katie, wake
Lord,
up.
Katie, come on,
There's
Katie.
ants in you.
I want to tell this story. The second time, the second story of when Joey was here. We went with a group of friends out to this park behind a Fred Meyer, and we were just sitting on the swings. We're grown adults, like sitting on the swings. I'll admit it's weird. There was a bald man pushing his daughter on the swing next to us. So there's like there's 4 swings. 3 of us are filling up seats on the swing. And then there's a bald guy pushing his daughter on the swing, like next to us. And there's a playground behind us. So, we like casually, like friendly acknowledge the man. So we're like smiling and like nodding and everything. Like, okay. And then out of nowhere, he just goes, "Eldina, get out of there!" And then we look over to he's yelling behind us. We look to the playground, and there's a little girl climbing on the railings where he's like, "Eldina." This man went from like nice and friendly to angry dad in 0.4 seconds flat. Eldina.
Oh my god.
Eldina.
So then like 2 hours pass and we're driving in the car and someone just goes, "Eldina." We all start laughing. Eldina. This was a real man. Like it became like a whole thing while Joey and his girlfriend stayed at my place for like 2 weeks or so. And just this, you don't know how incorporated this man and his daughter came in our like inside jokes. Like we were driving and we'd just be like, "Eldina."
Even just the last trip, we
Stop for the
back.
lights.
No,
Eldina, go get me a Heineken.
fucking for real. Like,
And then he's like, "Eldina, get me a Heineken. I will have one Heine."
Get yourself a Heineken. I will have water.
oh my god, no. But like after these two finally like separated, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, how was the trip? How did you guys like love seeing each other and everything?" Everybody wants to know like what happened. I can't tell you the amount of time. If I took a fucking shot for every single time I heard them go Eldina, Eldina, I would be fucking dead. I would be so dead because they just.
Why did you say it? Why did you say a shot? Why didn't you say like, if I had a nickel for every?
I'd be so rich.
I'd be so
I'll
rich.
do a shot.
I don't know. Okay.
I'd do a shot.
Why does everything relate to like abusing substances with you?
It's true.
God.
It's true.
It's true, right? It's true.
It's so
true.
Katie, stop.
Excuse me?
Your face right now.
There's Aldina, there's Small Dina, there's Smell Dina, their dog who goes and fetches things for them.
Goes and fetches them.
We came up with a whole backstory for this man and his daughter.
Yeah. He's generally a
Which is
very healthy man.
I'll be the first to admit, like, that's weird. We shouldn't have done that. But we did. He's like this big, jacked, bald guy pushing his little daughter. We came up with it. He has a whole health regimen.
The whole time, every other sentence. Aldina, go, quickly, get me a Heine.
Yes, Aldina.
I will have water.
We did all your chores. You can help yourself to cigarettes and a Heine.
Oh my god.
Small Dina, come on, you're falling behind. Take a shot.
Falling behind.
I'll let you know the extent of the backstory we came up where he had 2 daughters. He was pushing a smaller one on the swing, and we came up with a thing where his wife died in childbirth while giving birth to the second child. But he's like a good dad. But he's bad at names, so he just named the second one Small Dina.
And then they got a dog.
A smaller daughter.
and they eventually did get a dog named Smell Dina.
He's a dog, so he smells things. It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we're sure he's fine. Yeah.
He's out there somewhere. He's like a character in our world, but he's like a living man out there.
He has
I don't
no
know why,
idea.
but my mind puts him at that park that was near the troll. Mm-hmm. So that man lives near that troll that people use on some fantasy sets. So Aldina will always be close. And his name was Daddy Ice.
Daddy Ice.
Because he's so cool.
Oh my god.
He's so cool without trying.
Cool Eyes?
Oh, Mr.
Have you ever seen
Cool
Mr. Cool
Eyes?
Eyes? That's where that came from.
I was
These
just about to
socks are on
say,
my floor.
yeah, okay, what is going
Yeah,
on in there?
are you gonna pick up your socks?
Are you having a sock explosion like emergency?
Well, I lay
Like,
down on this bed and I just take my sock and throw them around.
we're doing a podcast. I gotta get rid of these socks.
Sorry.
Now
So animated. your face was like concerned. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh no.
Please don't slip on one of those socks. That was me.
He's just actively kicking his socks.
You're just doing it.
I didn't put them away. I just moved them out of eyesight.
Listen,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I did with all of my laundry.
Never mind.
Before I turned the camera on, I just like grabbed all my laundry, like threw it in a pile somewhere you can't see.
Wait, I gotta move my chair a little bit more. My clean laundry. I have to put it. Okay, wait. Okay, we're good. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's so funny.
I just think it's funny. Nobody can see us. Nobody's ever gonna see us at this moment
I know,
except for us.
but we can all see each other, and we're just like, don't look at my laundry.
Don't look at it.
Ari, what's the weirdest encounter you had at a festival?
Oh, this is a fucking story.
Wait, can you explain like you like to like?
Okay,
we
so
need
yeah.
Ari lore. Can you
Okay,
explain like
Ari
you like to go
lore.
to EDC?
Ari Lord.
Ari lore. Okay, so I'm a really big raver. I've been raving for I think this year would be year 6, but that's not happening.
Coronavirus.
And I think at my peak, I went to 150 shows.
Wow.
In 3 festivals in 1 year. So, this is hands down the weirdest. So, me and my ex were together at the time, and then my buddy Casey and his ex were together. And we all went, like, in our giant friend group to a festival in Canada. And my ex and his ex went to go to the bathroom. And they had to go far. And we found this, like, collar on the ground, and we were fucking around, like, look, it's a collar. Well, this weird girl comes up, doesn't say a word.
Like a dog collar.
Yes, like a choker. And she just like does this. And we're just like, is this yours? She doesn't answer. She just looks.
For audio, she reaches out her hands and
wiggles
wiggles
grabs.
her fingers like gimme.
Yeah, and so she doesn't actually say anything, but we assumed it was hers. We're like, oh, is this yours? And she like turns around and then grabs the collar and starts to put it around her neck and looks at my friend and was like gestures for him to put it on, like on her. And he's like looking at her.
What?
Yeah, that's not even the weird part, right? So he's like, oh,
The stranger?
okay. And he puts it on her, like gives her a little pat on the shoulder and like shoos her away. But she leaves for maybe 30 seconds and comes back with another item to wear. It's a mask now. Goes back up to my friend and then does the same gesture like, hey, can you put this on me, without saying a fucking word. And he's now panicking. And I'm doing one of these like, I'm terrible in this situation and I don't know how to help you. So I'm
It's
just
a
going to
mask?
watch. Yeah, now it's a mask. We have no idea where she gets this mask from. I don't know where she got all of these things. I think she's running around like collecting shit. So he puts it on her, but like really fast, ties it on her and then pats her and leaves. And then she goes up to my friend Casey, kisses him on the cheek. And that's when he was like, no, don't touch me. Like my girlfriend's in the bathroom. Like, you're not going to touch me. And we all kind of scurry away. Now we're like dancing in the crowd, doing whatever. And I turn around and this girl is just wide-eyed staring at me. And I was like, oh no.
The girl from the grabbing?
Yep, same girl. And
sounds
she's
like a
maybe
horror
like,
movie.
oh, it's terrible. This is so weird. She's like maybe 10, 15 feet away. And she just, makes the phone gesture with her hand, puts it up to her face, and mouths, call me at me. And I'm like, dude, I'm trashed, man. Like, I have no idea what's going on. And I'm like, and my friend just turns around and is like, hey, this is my friend. Her girlfriend's in the bathroom. You're going to leave her alone. You need to go. You're bothering us. And instead of her turning around like a normal human being, she literally just backs up, fades into the crowd, and the crowd just like covers her, and this bitch disappears.
What?
Like Homer Simpson in the bush.
Yes,
You're gonna
like
see
Homer
her
Simpson in
again
the
one
bush.
day.
This grabbing.
She's
girl.
gonna
And I was
find
like-
you.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god, that's one of the. I mean, I've seen many weird people. She's one of the weirdest, but she's tied with a lot of people.
You're gonna look out the window one day and just
She's gonna be out there,
Mike
man.
Myers movie.
So I live in a city, and there's a lot of commotion always in the city, like, you know. So there was a riot one day after work. Me and my friend Sam are walking around. There's a riot. The whole thing is centered around this, like, statue of this old guy, whatever. You know, they're lighting flags on fire. The police are here. Everybody's screaming. They have air horns or whatever. And me and Sam are, we're just watching. We're just rubbernecking the whole thing, you know. And one of the people that work at the same restaurant as me comes over, and I don't really know this guy. I met him in passing like twice. Name's Matt, and he comes over and we're like, "Oh, hey Matt, what's up?" And then he's like, "What's this all about?" And I say, just I'm pretty proud of this one. Just out of nowhere, I just went, "Yeah, they're not bringing the McRib back this year." And his eyes go like, his eyes bug out of his head, and he goes, "Is that what this is all about?" and then my friend Sam was just like, "No, don't listen to Chris." People are burning flags. The police are there. People are shoving police officers.
That's amazing.
So now anytime something bad happens, I just blame it on not bringing the McRib back this year.
The city is so weird. I remember one time me and my friend there was a new comic book store that was opening up, and we were going, and I just remember this guy across the street just like turns and looks at us, and he has this weird like smirk on his face, and I was just like, this guy's gonna do something weird. He literally drops his pants and starts peeing right there in the middle of the street, and I was like, he did something weird, we gotta go.
Oh no.
We have to leave right
I
now.
saw somebody's fucking dick the other day. I was walking with my friend Z, and we were just walking uphill.
Dude, we were there for that.
Oh yeah, Joey. That was when Joey was visiting the second time. Yeah, I was like, check out the sights, and it was literally this dude like with his dick in his hand, just peeing towards us. Like, he was a good.
Oh no.
He was a good like 25 feet away, but
I won't lie.
I think he was just on whatever he was on, and he barely noticed us.
That is the city
I've seen
for
a
sure.
lot of people pee. Yeah, like seeing everybody do everything they can do on a sidewalk, I think.
It's so gross. It's so weird.
I mean, like,
But they usually face a wall or something.
Some
This
of them
guy was
just don't give-
facing the open sidewalk.
yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
We could tell that other story about that other crazy guy who.
Oh man, the one that wanted the picture? That was great.
So I was near like a cafe that I used to work at that had closed down. So I just went and I was like, oh wow, this place closed down. I can't believe it. I spent so much time here. So I just took a picture of it because I was going to send it to my other coworkers.
Wait, your cafe closed down?
His old one.
One of the ones that I worked at.
Oh.
My old cafe closed down, so I was nearby, so I was like, oh, let me see how this place is doing. And it turned out it had closed down. And so I just took a picture of like the for lease sign in the window because I was going to send it to the people I used to work with. And this guy was like, oh, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I used to work here. I was just, just taking a picture. And he's like, oh, can I get one?
What?
I was in a good mood, so I was like, oh, you want a picture in front of this building? And he's like, yeah, what was it? And I was like, oh, it was a cafe. I used to work here for like a year. It was fun. And he's like, okay, yeah, I got a picture. And I was like, all right, give me your phone. So he had a phone, so he was obviously like, he had... he
didn't know how to use it.
He was dressed like okay, and he's like... he's asking me like, how do you take a picture? And I was like, oh, you just do that. It was an Android.
How old was he?
So I was like, okay.
Roughly, you think?
Probably 50s.
50s?
Yeah.
50s, yeah. So I take a picture, and he's like giving a thumbs up, like he's never been here before. He didn't know what this place was.
I love the chest
And he's like
pose.
so excited to get a picture, and he's like, "Do you know how to?" I think he wanted something with like a video. He like, "Do you know how to do videos?" And I just wanted to get going, so I was like, "Nah, I don't know how to. I'm not like a tech guy. I don't know anything." He's like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "This is a weird interaction."
His second pose was just beautiful. It was just all...
Oh yeah.
was all
Joe, you want to show the pose?
He was like...
Oh.
He
Yeah, like the
cupped his
Superman
hands-
pose going on.
Cupped his hands in front
He
of
was
his
like
belly,
this.
and then puffed out his chest. Yeah.
And he was I call that
Standing in
he was
front
the
of this-
proud pose.
This building that had no relevance to this man.
Was he like a
He was standing in
tourist?
front of an empty building. No, he had like a blue jacket on.
No,
He
it was
had, like,
a-
nice shoes.
it was
You
like
could
a
tell
blue
he wasn't like
button.
a homeless person.
Yeah.
But he had a phone, like, he was doing
Yeah.
okay. But he just wanted this picture in front of this building that meant nothing to him.
Hey, he's lived a full life. Now he's just trying to make it
And he-
spicier for us.
And he asked you if you did like video stuff? Was he trying to get you to film a movie for him?
Yeah,
or?
like what?
he's like, do you know how to do like video on his phone? And I was like, no, I don't know how to. I just wanted to leave. I was like, no, I don't know how to do anything. Haha, bye.
I say that made me think of like this guy I used to work with. This is a weird work person. He's he's really old. He's like late 70s, early 80s.
Okay.
And he wrote this Christmas poem.
He wrote his own Christmas poem?
I wish I could remember it because it was hilarious. But then he goes, the poem's not the best part, Ari. I'm like, okay. He goes, I'm going to take everyone and we're going to go to a beach and we're going to film out this Christmas poem. It was the weirdest thing. And he was telling me, he's like, all of us are going to go together and I'm going to need you to recite this poem on this beach and we're going to film it and we're going to make a movie. And I just sat there and I was like, no, we're not.
Wait, so he wrote a poem and then in his mind, he has this movie fleshed out and he has you and all the other coworkers as like stars.
Yeah. And he was so like, he was serious. He was talking about this for weeks.
Oh, God.
And I'm just like, oh no, we're really about to go to some beach and film this Christmas poem just with this guy, with old ass man.
Dude, it's gonna be a touching film. It's gonna be like a touching.
That's why he hired him. He was
It's
casting.
gonna touch the hearts of millions.
He saw
Could you
talent
also
in
do this
you,
for
Ari.
free? Could you read this poem and be in my movie for free? It's this one.
Stop! Put it away!
No.
God, put your
Does anyone
fucking socks
impress-
back
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Is
I'm ready,
anyone
I'm
even
ready.
Impressed?
Okay, let me know when you're ready. Stop! Put your toes
Is
away.
anyone even impressed with me?
All right, Joe, you got it?
So last time, we always fucking talk about... we always diverge down to people shitting, which we talked about for an hour. Like, no, I'm not even kidding. We talked about
We
people...
didn't even finish.
Like, we talked about shitting for 40 minutes in the last podcast that I had to trim down.
Can't get
God.
And then we
enough.
talk about Christmas stuff. It always comes back to Christmas or shitting. And Jared told a story about how his dad... Now, I want you to picture your own, like, dad.
Oh, I'm
His
scared.
dad would dress up like Santa
Right?
and march around on the roof of their house
Oh,
during Christmas night.
That's cute.
And I was like, no, it's cute, but can you imagine as an adult now dressing up like Santa and marching around on
the
your
roof. Oh,
I can't
God.
be bothered to do that.
I would do it for my kid,
Fuck that.
like, if I didn't live in an apartment, sure.
Oh my God, could you imagine knocking like
I
on
can't be
the
bothered to do
upstairs,
that.
like
I
the
have a
upstairs
house-
apartment, like, hey,
Yeah.
I just need to stomp around in your house for a moment to pretend like I'm Santa. Cool, thanks.
Santa in the apartment above you.
That-
Ari, how you feeling out of 10?
Oh, I'm sober as hell.
Oh. Wait, you're not drinking?
No,
Okay.
I have to be up early tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere with a hangover.
Wait a minute, hold on. Are you allowed to drink water?
I would hope so.
To drink a bottle of
Take
wine?
a sip and pretend it's not water.
That would suck if you weren't allowed to drink water. What the hell do you do?
You drink the closest
You
thing to
suffer.
it, but don't you dare touch the Dasani.
It's weird.
I mean, you could drink... Like, the first thing I think when you can't drink water is, like, orange juice or, like, some other kind of fruit, but even that's mostly water.
I mean, we're mostly water.
They're not
That's
even
true.
all juice. It's just sugars and, like, replacement.
I'm just saying, could you imagine being like allergic to water and being what % water? What do you do?
There are people that are allergic
Yeah,
to
I think
water.
there are.
Are
Yeah.
there people that are allergic
God,
to
what
water?
I think there's people that are allergic to the sun.
What?
That is
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah, there's people... I know someone in my... I don't remember who, but I remember hearing someone in my life tell me that they were allergic to grass.
My cousin's allergic to grass.
That make yeah.
Really?
That sucks.
So
My
what
uncle
happens
had to
to
build
them?
like a separate area for my cousin to play in on their house because he was deathly allergic to grass. Thank God, like it's not that bad now. But
Would it be
my
hard to
That
breathe
sucks.
Oh my
or just like
God.
get hives or something? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yep, that and then peanuts.
Ooh.
Oh, I love
yeah.
peanuts.
Peanuts.
Come on.
A peanut could fucking
I heard
kill
those. Yeah,
someone.
honestly, I heard like peanut allergies
Peanut
when
can
people have them.
fucking
They're
kill
like
someone.
terrible.
They're in everything. Thai food's on the rise. I just ran out of peanut butter. I'm very upset.
If Joey was suddenly allergic to peanuts, the way one of our friends just suddenly got allergic to milk,
I'd be dead within a week.
No, it wouldn't be peanuts. It would be chicken.
Get the
He
fuck
would lose
out of
his
here.
mind.
No, neither.
If you had to
My
get
peanut butter
Joey, if
fried
you had to give
chicken?
one up,
Yeah.
peanut butter or chicken.
Ooh.
Oh man. Okay, all right. I'll give up chicken because
Really?
I haven't even eaten real meat in like a week or so.
Oh, really? Are you changing your diet?
Just trying.
Oh.
And
Just
I
to
like
take
my
meat
peanut butter.
out of your diet, or like just to?
I mean, I'll still eat
Like,
like salmon and fish and stuff, but I'm like consciously trying to just like get other things other than like actual chicken and beef and things like that.
Okay.
I'll eat turkey on Thanksgiving. Give me that.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Give it
Respect.
to me. Give it to me. I just I want to eat less of it.
Yeah.
Let's argue.
Okay.
What fast food chain has your favorite French fries?
Oh man.
Oh, it's Checkers.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
I am 1010% with Katie. Checkers has my favorite fries of all time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Checkers does have really good ones.
Well, what's yours?
I don't even know what Checkers is.
Oh my
Checkers?
god! My
You don't have
heart
that here.
already.
Checkers is
Oh.
an East Coast burger chain.
Right, that's
Do you
why
have a
I'm-
Rallies?
No.
It's
it's the same
also
thing.
called Rallies in some states.
Oh,
But I think
yeah,
it's
it
mostly
is.
South
Checkers and
States.
Rallies
we
are
just
the
don't
same
we
thing.
just don't have it here.
You don't
Okay, so
rally.
what is yours?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna say Frugal's has good fries.
What's that?
Frugals?
Frugals. They're
Oh,
frugal.
Chris, I will have to take you
What
there.
is
It's like
Frugals?
this. It on the outside and on the inside, it looks like this old like 1950s diner.
Ooh, I want to
Super
go.
cool. We have
Okay,
a
that's
couple of those actually. We also have one like 20 minutes from my dad's
Frugals.
house called Wally's, and it's like you go inside and it's got like a jukebox and all this stuff, and they have a burger that's like the size of a dinner plate,
Whoa.
and they have some of the best milkshakes I've ever had in my life.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll
You
eat
gotta
it.
go. Yeah, Joey's like, oh, I'll do
No,
that.
I agree. Checkers.
You agree with Checkers, your all-time favorite fries?
I mean either that or like because you said a fast food place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to say that. Otherwise, I would say like some kind of like fast food Greek restaurant that was right by my place. They made them so crispy.
Ooh.
There's nothing like a crispy fry.
You can actually buy a bag of frozen Checkers fries at Walmart. I've seen them at Walmart. I don't know about like Aldi or Safeway.
You can get them at ShopRite over here, but I don't think
KFC.
ShopRite's over there.
Yeah,
I think he has
no,
a
no
ShopRite.
ShopRite's over here. And the first time my friend tried mushrooms, I
Well,
was
okay.
I was on oven duty. I was babysitting the oven. I was making sure the oven didn't light their house on fire. But I made them some.
Oh,
They said
good.
you were
Okay.
11, and I was like, Chris, where is this story going?
Right.
They were looking at me like with bug eyes.
Okay. But I was just about to say, like, the bags of Checkers French fries, they're not like 100% exactly when they're fresh, but they're pretty fucking close to like
close.
Pretty fucking
They-
close, but
yeah.
they're not. It.
They're like
Yeah.
the White
when I
Castle
go
burgers.
visit-
what?
Yeah, dude. When I go
Ooh.
visit New York, I'm gonna go to Checkers with Katie.
Oh my
That's
oh my god,
exactly
hell
right.
yeah.
Is
Or
it
a
a New
diner.
York thing, or is it just an entire East Coast thing?
It's okay, so but it's really weird because it's called Checkers on the East Coast, but then if you go to southern states, it's called Rallies, but it's the same fast food chain. They just literally call it something different, and their signs are different. You go to the south,
Oh.
they have a sign
Yeah.
that says Rallies. You go to the East Coast, it's Checkers. I think it's
Weird.
Checkers
That's kinda like
Rallies
Carl's
maybe,
Jr. They have Carl's
different.
Jr. and Hardee's.
but are they the same thing?
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
The look of the restaurant is like a checkered like race flag. It's like
Oh, okay.
Can we talk, since we're on the topic of french fries, can we talk about for a moment how KFC changed their french fries? They don't have the wedges anymore.
I know.
Wendy's changed their fries a long time ago.
What's
They've
going
never
to
on?
the
been-
sea salt
Ugh.
to the sea salt thing,
Ugh.
and it's the worst. They are the
What?
They're
worst
not
thing.
good.
Every
They're
time
just-
I've gotten Wendy's fries, I stopped getting Wendy's fries.
Same.
They
Did you
probably-
know that instead of Wendy's fries, you can actually just get chili?
Don't bring us on this conversation because you know exactly where me and Ari stand on this.
Yeah,
with
also
the
I have a
beans.
weird fry story because my friend went to McDonald's one day and she bit into one of the fries and it wasn't even a fry. It was a rolled up napkin that they
Oh
deep fried.
no!
Yes. Isn't that wild? No, at McDonald's. We were at lunch and she's like sitting here and she eats it and she goes, "This is not a fry." I was like, "What is it?" And she like kind of like tears it apart and you can just see this rolled up napkin and I was like, "This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen."
Oh, some asshole fucking 15-year-old.
Right, just
What?
like fucking around in the kitchen.
Oh my god!
Did it look like a
That's
fry?
really
It probably
bad.
just looked like a weird fry.
Yeah, it looked like a weird fry. It's so
It was
weird.
battered and
Did she eat it anyway?
Did she eat it anyway?
I'm sorry.
It's a
She took a
napkin, but-
bite. She took a bite.
But it's deep fried. I don't know.
She took a bite, yeah?
No, if I had to eat a napkin, I would.
Yeah.
If I could choose the way it was prepared, it would be deep fried.
I mean,
Honestly,
if she had
fair.
other fries. I couldn't imagine being like, there are fries here, but this napkin's doing it for me.
They're
feel like
soggy
Napkin
fryers
is
then.
Fucking appetizing.
If the napkin wasn't crispy enough to crumble in your mouth and it was just soggy, then there's a problem.
Did she dip it in ketchup? I don't know.
Did it crumble? Was it like, how did did she bite it?
If
Where's the
teared,
consist?
like it would have.
Like a napkin would.
like it would.
But it just looked like a little twisted up little.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think that's how she realized it was a napkin because of all, like, when you rip a napkin, like the fibers. And the
Oh,
way
I thought
that
she
rips.
bit into it.
Yeah, well, yeah, she bit into it and it ripped. It's like, this is a napkin.
You guys can't see Ari doing these like motions, but I can.
I can.
So there was this one time where a scammer called.
Katie was getting these spam phone calls constantly. I remember this.
And Chris might have to jump in with some of the details because I might not remember all of them. But I remember they called me, and I remember this poor person would not give up trying to get my social security out of me. So of course I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like fuck with them. And I remember they had asked me like what my social security number is. I think Chris went, and tell me if I'm wrong, Chris went and looked up like a way to generate like a number, right? Because like a social security number is, what is it?
What, 9 digits?
9, yeah, it's like 9. I don't know exactly how much it is, but it's like 9 digits or something like that. What numbers did I say?
Katie, I did not generate anything. You were getting phone calls, and we were playing Tomb Raider. We were streaming, and you were like, "Oh, hang on, this fucking person's calling me again. I can't believe this." And she's like, "Hello? Hi, we are calling about your social security number. Can you please confirm your social security number?" And I was like, "Okay, Katie, just listen to me. Just in a very serious tone. I want you to tell this lady that your social security number is 123 45 6789." And Katie was like, "Oh yes, let me go grab my social security card. Hang on." And we made her wait, and she's like, "Oh yes, of course." We come back and we're like giggling or whatever, and we're doing this on stream. It's
I'm like
gone,
putting her on like
the
mute.
footage is gone, but yeah,
We're laughing.
She's waiting, and we're like, okay, I got my card right here. All right, Katie just goes, "My number is 123," and she's like, she's writing this down. You can tell.
Yeah.
45.
My acting was phenomenal. I just want to let you know. This is one of my shining moments.
6789. And she goes, Ma'am, that is not a social security number. We need your social security number, and we just need to confirm that the number matches the one we have on file. And she's like, "Oh yeah, sure. I have my social security card right here." She's just playing dumb. The best thing to do when you're talking to people like this. Scammers over the phone. And she goes, "Okay, what is it? 123. Okay.
I was so good.
45. Ma'am, that is not a social security number. What is the phone? What is the date of birth? Gives date of birth. What is the last name? Mother's maiden name? This, that, the other thing. All right. Social security number. 123.
You kept doing the same.
Okay.
I kept doing it.
45. Ma'am. This was, I'm not even kidding, this was a half-hour phone call.
Multiple. It was long. It was like, instead of her just hanging up and like going on to the next, she was like dedicated to like get it out of me.
She thought you were stupid.
Yeah. No, literally,
funny
I
as fuck.
just remember
Oh my
her. She
God.
kept saying, she's like, "Ma'am, that is not an actual social security number. What is your social security number?" And I'm just
She
like,
yelled. We got her to yell.
yeah, she did. She started
It
yelling.
was like a Jerky Boys skit. It was fucked up.
I was very impressed that day. I was like, "Ooh, go me. My acting is
Damn. I wish we had the footage.
I know. I
had the
wish it was
footage.
recorded
That
or
was
something.
crazy.
Dude, scam phone calls are so wild. Did you guys ever get one of those scam phone calls? Like, they were like targeting grandmas, and I don't know why they were targeting grandmas, but they were telling them like their kid or their grandkid was in jail and that they needed money immediately for bail.
Yep.
Oh.
Dude, that happened to my best friend. He was at my house, but we had partied way too hard the night before. So we're all passed out at my house, and so he's still passed out when he's getting all these phone calls, so no one can reach him. But then finally he calls his family back, and they're like, "Are you in jail?" And he goes, "Would I be answering my cell phone if I was in jail?" And they're like, "They called grandma. Grandma's about to give them money." And he goes, Who is she giving money to?" And they're like, "The people who need your bail money to get you out of jail." And he goes,
Oh my God.
"But I'm not in jail."
Yeah.
I keep getting the fucking... And it's calls from New York, and I live in Washington.
Yeah, they're always
I'll say that.
calls
I live
from
in
New York.
Washington. It's calls from New York, so I'm from New York. So I see a call from New York, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, if it's from like Ohio or something, I'm like, fuck that. But like, okay, oh, let's see what they want. And oh, we're here calling about the extended warranty on your car, and I'm like, I don't have a car,
Dude,
right now.
the
And they're
same.
Like, okay, bye. It's always extended warranty on the car. And like I answered and I was like, okay, I missed the call so because I was at work. So I called back and it was this dude and he's like, hello. And I was like, yeah, I missed a phone call from you guys. I just wanted to know what was going on. And he's like, missed a phone call. And I was like, yeah, you called at like 4 o'clock. I was at work. I couldn't answer the phone. And he goes, fuck you. And I was like,
oh my God.
why are you
What?
calling me? And he's like, fuck off, buddy. And then he hung up on me. So I called back and I was like, hi, what was going on? I got a phone call from you guys. Fuck you. He hung up on me again.
What?
I'm right enough. It feels real good right now. It's a 90s type of weed, you know? Makes
A
you nostalgic.
90s kind of weed? What does that
That's
mean?
what the guy.
It's an aged weed?
That's what the guy said. He's like, it makes you feel like you're in the 90s, and we're like, okay. And
There's no chemical combination that makes you feel like you're in a different decade.
kinda, yeah, that's what he said.
In the 90s.
That makes you feel like 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
It's
God,
got
don't even
it's got
say
some
that.
of
Say
those
that.
sultry
Oh,
vibes. That's what he said, word for word. He was wearing a flannel. I believed him.
So weird. It feels like the 90s for who? Like the people who were adults in the 90s, or those of us who were children
He made
in the 90s?
Right.
He
Which
made
one
a
is
lot
it?
of references to him being old or showing his age. So he's definitely a Gen Xer, which I just learned what that was today.
What is it? What is it?
That's the generation before millennials.
Can we go around and say the biggest scandal that happened at your high school?
Oh my god.
Ari, go first.
There's so many.
Oh, tell us all of them.
Oh my god, there's so many. Oh my gosh, I was part of a scandal. That was fun.
What?
What?
Yeah. I'll start with that one. We'll go to the other ones. There's this girl that I was in acting class with, and she was annoying as hell. But she was driving me crazy. She was pissing me off. And we had an auditorium for our acting class, so we were in auditorium like theater seats. And she was sitting behind me, and I was just finally like, this bitch has got to go. If she says one more word, I am going to lose my shit. And everyone's like hearing me like grumble in my seat because she's pissing me off. And everybody, I cannot believe this happened. Finally, she just pushed me over the edge that I jumped over the seat, grabbed her by the hair, and punched her in the mouth. And I looked at her, and she gave me this wide-eyed look. Everyone stops. Nobody, like the teacher hasn't interfered yet. And I just, and she's like, do you feel better now that you hit me? I'm like, no, because that's not where I wanted to fucking hit you. So I hit her again in the eye. And then finally, my teacher goes, Ari, are you done? And I was just like,
Are you trying to break it up? Are you quite finished?
well, he just goes, well, yeah,
What's
my
major
teacher
malfunction?
wanted to do the same
Oh yeah!
thing.
Oh my god! Yeah. Well, that's what was so funny.
Your
is
teacher
that
was
she
jealous she couldn't do it, or he couldn't do it.
That's what made it so funny. Is that nobody stopped me. The teacher didn't stop me. He literally goes, "Are you actually done?" and can I take you to the office now? And I was like, I'm good. You can take me now. So he takes us to the office, and it has already gone through the entire school, because before I could even get the second hit and everyone's on their phones like, Ari just punched Alicia in the face. God. And so then we're like walking to the office, and people are like screaming out the windows, cheering, and it's the funniest thing. And my teacher's like walking, he's like, hey guys, taking Ari to the office.
Oh my God, Ari, you're cool.
Oh, I got suspended for 2 weeks. I come back to school, and that same acting class we had to do improv. And so I'm just kind of chilling there, and two of the guys reenact me hitting her in the face.
Oh my God.
And everybody, including the teacher, cheered, and she just sat there, and she's just like, and somebody just turns around and just goes, do you know how annoying you have to be for Ari to hit you?
Jeez. Oh my God. I remember there was one day. I don't know. You were there for this. I'm sure you were. Oh. So the bathrooms one day when we came into school, all the boys' bathrooms at least, were covered in shit.
Oh, all the time.
Why?
I always heard
Just-
stories of that.
The mirrors, the sink, the walls, the shit was
Why?
everywhere. And it was like, I just noticed one day when I went to the bathroom to try and kill some time during earth science, because, I don't care about sedimentary rocks. And there was just shit smeared everywhere
Oh my God.
in all the boys'
Human
bathrooms.
shit.
And so we had to sign in to be able to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I remember that.
We had to have a key card, too.
What?
Now, did
Yeah.
they ever figure out who did it?
No.
Was it you?
They never figured out who did it.
Joey.
Remember the janitor who got into a fist fight with one of the kids, the buff one with the glasses?
What?
Yeah.
No, but one of our was it one of the custodians? It was either one of the custodians or one of the security guards was selling drugs to the kids.
That's the same one. That's the same
Is it
one.
the same guy? Yeah,
I think so.
he got
yeah.
caught.
And
Yeah.
then there was
Dude, that guy's cool.
Yeah, he was selling drugs.
To fucking high schoolers.
one of the kids robbed like an old woman or something, and then they got into a fight at school, and there was a whole
Dude, I
bunch
wonder
of
how
stuff.
much money does that make if you're a janitor selling weed to high school students? Like, is it worth it? Is it
No,
worth the risk?
it
Like,
wasn't-
how
All
much
about the
fucking
janitor
money
life,
could you
but I
think
make?
it
gotta
was-
sell my
it wasn't
synthetic
weed.
drugs.
It was like heavier stuff.
I was gonna say, I
was
don't
heavier
think I've
stuff.
ever heard of anybody in high school, and I don't know why. They never bought weed. They'd always buy everything else.
Right.
And I would just
yeah.
like sit there and look around like, where are you getting money for this?
Well, because they would buy it from like other kids. They would buy weed from other kids, but then
weed
like
was
you
big
would
in our
buy
high
like
school.
crack from like the janitor, and it was like, okay, I got my
Yeah.
suppliers.
Yeah, see, that's the weird
like
thing.
crack from the janitor. Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
Jesus fucking Christ, that's not funny.
That's
No.
crazy.
A bad day at high school was going to high
Damn,
school
y'all buy
after drinking
weed
Four Loko.
from other kids?
My parents
There was
still
fights.
buy weed from kids in high school. My mom calls me and she says, "Yeah, Joe, I went and ordered some weed from the weed kid." That's his name. She's saved in her phone as
The weed
weed
kid.
kid.
I love your
And
mom so much.
He comes to me, Joe, and he's like, "Yeah, how about you try the CBD stuff to make you feel better?" I'm like, does it get you high?"
And he's like, "No, it just makes you feel good." I'm like, "I don't fucking want it. I want my regular pot that's gonna make me high as shit." So your father buys the weed, but it's the CBD shit. So now I gotta make him go buy me more weed. And that's how it goes.
Joey was telling me this story. We were kind of like role playing before we went to sleep. That's weird to say.
The final
but,
night.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, all three of us.
The final night, Joey was in bed and we and I was in bed across the room, and we were like pretending like if we did get Joey's mom on the podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, I could go to the bar. I could get any guy I want, but I'm stuck with your father." And he gives me this look, and I'm like, "What are you looking at? You fucking gross with your fucking gross little head and your rat ponytail. Get out of here."
Oh my
You
God.
fucking silly little booger fingers. Oh, don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me.
Wiping
okay?
your
Unless you get me some pot.
wiping your fingers on your pants, picking your nose. He's fucking gross.
I could
Joe.
go get a good looking guy at the bar with a fat wallet. Okay?
That's-
But I don't. Because I try to do right by your father. Okay? I try to do right by daddy. Okay, daddy and mommy, we love you. Okay? You're my little boy. I love your brother too, but he's a pain in my ass.
So I got a dog. The dog's an even bigger pain in the ass. He drools, just like your brother with his dickie. Fuck me. I want to move to Arizona.
Joey, when you go visit, could we have like 5 minutes with your mom on the podcast?
5 minutes with Stacy. Yeah, we could do that.
Oh my god, dude. Ari, she calls me Fathead.
You told me. I
She's
remember
like,
this story.
Yeah, she's like, how's Fathead? How's Fathead doing?
God.
Hey, how's Fathead doing? You know, little Chris with the fat head.
Little
Chris
Fathead.
with fat
has
head. Oh my god.
Little Fathead on his podcast.
Oh my god. Dude, I remember this one. Oh, this one was hilarious. So we were all on a field trip. It was like our freshman year of high school, and there were people that snuck alcohol in the Gatorade bottles.
Of course.
Whatever,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
We've all done it.
Vodka and the water bottle. Yep.
The funny, stupid part was one of the girls, like the bus driver's super thirsty. I don't know why this girl offered this Gatorade bottle to the goddamn bus driver, but she goes here, and the bus driver opens it and just goes, "Everybody off the bus." And my friend just goes,
No.
and I think half the bus got suspended in that one go.
They check
Oh
all
my
of
god.
And I was like, dude, why did you offer that one to her? Out of all, she could have had mine.
What bus driver's like, I'm so thirsty, I'm so thirsty.
And that's the other weird part. She's like, I'm so thirsty, and like, why are you asking for something to drink from students, and why are we offering you something to drink? This is really bizarre.
Every time I've been on a school bus, like,
Oh my
the bus
God.
driver never said a word.
Did you guys have like the
Right?
same bus driver
Ours would
your
yell at
whole
us.
time, like from kindergarten all the way through senior year if you rode the bus, or was it different?
No.
No, my schools were broken up from preschool was its own school, kindergarten was its own school, grades 1 through 3 was its own school.
Whoa.
Whoa, what?
4 to 6 was its own school.
Oh.
7 and 8 was middle school, and then the last 4.
Okay, that's
Weird.
actually not that weird
Yeah.
because we did a similar thing. Never mind.
9, 10, 11,
Me and-
12
Yeah,
was high school.
Oh, I was gonna say, I guess I'm shocked, but I'm actually not shocked. I don't know why I was so surprised because we did the same thing. I think we had kindergarten through 3rd, and then 4th and 5th, and then 6th through 8th was middle school, and the rest was high school. But we had the same bus driver the whole time.
Oh, see, we didn't have the same.
That's not right. That's not right.
We didn't have the same
What's up,
bus
Katie?
driver, but me and Joey had one kindergarten center, then we had 1st through 4th, and
Well, I
then
went
we
to a private
had
school.
Oh, well, okay, well, you're different.
Whoa.
So, okay, never mind. I lied.
First through 4th,
So
okay.
I had kindergarten was 1, and then in the same building, it was the same building, but it was still separate. It was 1 through 4th. And then it was 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th were all middle school, and then 9th through 12th were high school.
We had so
Fifth
many
graders
elementary
walking
Graders
around
in
with
schools.
eighth
middle
graders?
school.
5th graders
were
were
so
middle
many.
school.
5th graders walking around with 8th graders. That's
And then
Well,
there were all the other ones.
you're
too.
very different.
Very
you're
different.
Right.
Right.
Different, like,
And that
age
was
ranges.
like the biggest
People
thing.
are going through puberty and shit. People are in 5th grade watching like Pokemon and SpongeBob,
Well,
and people
I
are
guess,
fucking
Katie, we
finding
kind
out
of
what their
talked about
drug
this
does.
the other day because I had asked like if you guys got a good sex ed or not, and
Mm-hmm.
our elementary school started like the puberty talk in 4th grade because that's the youngest that you can go through puberty is when you're 9,
Same, yeah.
Sounds about right.
right?
Or-
So I guess that's not. It sounds weird, but I guess it's not that weird because it's kind of the age range that would be happening to you anyways.
Yeah, and this is like you can cut this out if you want, but like definitely like for anybody who has a vagina,
Whoa.
if you have
A what?
you can
Loaded.
a
Loaded
vagina.
words.
You can have your period as early as like 9 years old. And like God, my heart goes out to anybody who has their period at fucking 9 years old because even getting it at like the normal, and I'm quoting normal age, like 12, 13, 14 years old, like when that's like the normal time for you to go through period is already like you're a child. 9 years old, you're a fucking baby.
true.
You are a
Yeah.
baby.
Looking back,
So
yeah.
9 years
to
old.
start growing boobs and to have a period at 9 years old is so
That sounds mortifying,
that
honestly.
yeah.
No
Well,
thanks.
Yeah. Go on.
No, I'm just trying to remember. Like, don't girls like form earlier? Like, is like
I believe
thing?
yes.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically, yeah.
Typically.
But, you know, there's always those cases where, like,
yeah.
I knew one person who, she didn't get her period until she was 16 years old, and that's technically late.
This is really fucked up now that I sit and think about it. But this one girl made it her mission to see in high school who hadn't gone through puberty yet. She would literally like she would
had
do
a
like a
little
little
string board.
like she had like this little interview.
Permission
She
to
pretend
what?
she'd have like a mic and be like, "Hi, have you gone through puberty yet?" Like she was interviewing them, and her mission was to see if anybody at the high school hadn't gone through puberty yet. And now looking back on it, I'm like, that's
weird. That's
really weird.
That's really personal.
Why did you have a whole show about this?
She should have had a real
whole
microphone.
show.
Your own
Okay,
show.
fucking Eric Andre, calm down.
Little Eric Andre.
Hey, have you gone through puberty?
Oh my god, imagine
Yeah,
Eric
dude.
Andre interviewing kids if they've gone through puberty yet.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh my god. Did you?
He had one skit in season 1 where it was whoever could hold the most children, other people's children.
hold.
And
that?
Like, can I hold your baby?
Were they willing?
Him and Hannibal Buress had like a contest who could hold the most.
I don't remember this.
And they were just
children.
letting them pick them
It
up.
was season 1, and the whole time Eric is like, I don't like this skit. I don't like this skit. And then he would hold up a kid and he could like, he's like, oh, cute baby. Can I hold your baby? And he's like, I don't like this skit. And Hannibal just didn't do it. He's just like, I don't like this skit, man. I'm not going to do this. Ask other people to hold their children.
Oh my
so
god,
weird.
that stressed me out.
Dude, I'm so upset they
Right?
canceled Nathan for you. I'm so
I think
upset.
he decided to
End it?
I think he decided to end it. Yeah.
Why?
That was such a good show.
Oh, he's so good.
It is.
It's such a good show.
I think he felt like it ran its course, but God, I'd love some new episodes of Nathan for
Me
you.
too.
Maybe he'll do a
I
couple,
love
like
it.
5 or so.
Well, I think he's just working. Well, when people hit that level, they typically work on like behind the scenes thing. Like Seth Rogen, I think does a lot of behind the scenes like work now. Or
Oh yeah, he does
producing.
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
he's a
direct.
big
I think,
producer,
I think
director.
Nathan Fielder did a very similar thing.
Yeah.
Well, he's still producing. He's still like working, but like he just doesn't have his own show anymore. But oh god, he was also on other shows. Because I think if I had to say it, I think Eric Andre show and Nathan For You are probably my favorite shows like right now.
Nathan For You is just so good because I don't know how that man doesn't fucking break. He does
Oh, I know.
not break. He doesn't
No.
fucking crack a smile. Like
Nathan or
I was gonna
Eric?
say, is that whole
Nathan.
show like improv?
Nathan
It
For You?
seems like it.
Nathan For You is, I don't know, I wouldn't consider that improv per se. He
It has
has
a lot of writing,
Yeah.
but yeah, he riffs with the skits.
Mhm.
He goes with
He writes
it.
a lot of it pre-end, but he you know, a lot of it shoots off of his head.
Guidelines
'Cause
and
he's
beats
just,
crazy.
that he hits, I think.
well, because like
yeah,
the-
he's just interacting with strangers.
you know,
Like, you don't know how-
yeah, because the premise of the show is that he's supposed to like help their businesses and stuff like that. So like he doesn't tell these like business owners like what he's gonna do. So he has to go off of their reaction, what they say, all of
And they
this.
go
So yeah,
along with
I
it.
guess yeah, they do. They do go
Wow.
along with it.
I
because
picture Nathan
They
For
just
You
do.
as the lead singer of 21 Pilots for some reason. Every time I watch it, it just like subconsciously, like that's
Who?
immediately, I'm like,
Nathan?
that's the singer of 21 Pilots. I'm like, no, it's not, but it looks like him. And I
oh,
can't think
Nathan
of
For
what he
You,
looks
I
like.
can see that. I can see it.
His last name's not For You.
Nathan For You.
the premise of Nathan For You, for anyone who hasn't seen it, is a man going around helping small businesses with very absurd methods of making their business better. For example, he's going to help a liquor store, and his plan is, okay, let's sell alcohol to minors. And then the person's like, oh, we can't do that. And then he's like, no. We'll sell it to minors, but instead of receiving the alcohol, they'll receive a claim check where when they turn 21, they can come back and get the alcohol, but they technically own it. And they're like, okay. That's a very good example of what the show is like.
I like the one where, and you said it not that long ago, Chris. The one where with the TV seller.
Yeah.
And the
That's one of the
alligator.
episodes I show people.
Yeah.
Whenever.
Can you explain that one a little bit?
Yeah, that's one of my
I love that
favorites.
one.
So he's helping out a small electronics store, and the electronics store can't compete with Best Buy. There's a Best Buy in the neighborhood, and also Best Buy has a very aggressive price match policy. So if the small electronics store is selling a TV for $300 and Best Buy selling it for $350, they can show like, oh, here's the price, it's $300 here, and Best Buy will go, okay, we'll give it to you for $300. So the store doesn't stand a chance. So the premise is Spears TV, which is the store, is going to sell the TV for $1, the really expensive TV for $1. Go to Best Buy, show like, hey, this place is selling it for $1. Buy all the TVs at Best Buy for $1, and then sell them at Spears for a profit. And there's just a bunch of hijinks.
Oh
like,
my god.
making sure people don't buy Spears TVs for $1. It's a whole thing. They make a fake dating show to get like behind the scenes dirt on Best Buy. It's so fun.
I like the one where
it's such a good show.
where it's the voice actor for Bob's Burgers. I can't remember his name right now. And
H. John Benjamin.
Yes, and he's in the van while Nathan goes in for like a job interview, and he's telling him to say all of these things. And I can't remember exactly what he tells him to say, but that was
he's a nasty man. H. John Benjamin. He's so funny, but yeah, he's like, hi. So H. John Benjamin is telling Nathan what to say. Nathan can't say anything by himself. He only has to say what's being in his ear.
I like practical
So he goes up to a real job interview, and he's reciting what H. John Benjamin is saying. He goes, hey, I'm Nathan, or as my friends call me, the N-word.
Oh my god.
And I think just like Nathan is just like,
but he does it
like,
with
I'm not
such a
saying
straight
that.
face.
he does. You're just like watching the show, and you're just like, your mouth is just open the whole time because
Cringing
you're like,
the whole time.
what the
My
fuck?
friends can't watch it. My friends who can't deal with cringe can't watch it.
Oh, I love it. It's wild.
Okay, so let's end it with an improv storytelling game. All right, so Katie, you start.
Okay. Disneyland
Was
Destroyed.
Today,
by
a
Tax.
Peacock.
tax peacock?
who?
Incinerated.
Burglars.
And
Wildly.
Fornicated.
With.
hamburgers.
And
Swallowed.
Grease.
Balls.
that.
Happily.
Charred.
Oh no, that happily charred.
Disneyland was destroyed by a tax peacock that
Incinerated.
incinerated burglars and fornicated,
And wildly fornicated.
cheeseburgers, swallowing grease.
Balls.
These balls.
Grease balls.
All right.
Today.
Well,
That happily
we're
charred.
we're up on Spotify. You can find us all on our Twitches, which are listed in the description. And sorry for that. That was weird. Bye.